Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just going to do a quick walk around and drive of the SRT Durango that we just got in. So this isn't going to be the main video. There's still going to be one tomorrow, but either way, hope you enjoy the video and we'll see you tomorrow. We have the 2018 SRT Durango here that just came in, and I'm going to take it for a test drive and kind of show you around it. I don't have my GoPro on me, but my phone should be sufficient, as long as there's no wind. We ordered this one with the stripes. The lady up front actually built it. So this is kind of how she spec'd it out. It doesn't look too bad. I'd probably have a different color stripe, but the red kind of goes. Let's check it out. Alright, so the first thing I notice when I get in is this gauge cluster. I think it's pretty freaking sweet. It's got like a little silver bezel. Durango SRT. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's a totally different cluster than the regular Durango. And I don't think the Durango, the 2019 Durango, regular Durango, has this setup either. It's just the standard 7-inch TFT. So that's kind of neat. Of course, you've got your SRT steering wheel, just like the Hellcat. Over here, you've got the standard Uconnect for 2019. You've got an SRT button and a launch button here that look different. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this thing up and let's go for a little ride. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so we have the SRT Durango. I'm going for the test drive, and right off the bat this thing just sounds great. It's really cool to be in an SUV that just has such a nice exhaust note. It's really cool. Of course, if you get the Laguna leather in this car, you have to get the demonic red interior, which I'm already used to for the Hellcat. So yeah, it's definitely got a nice exhaust note to it. Let me get safe here with my mirrors. Alright, let's take a look at the SRT button. If I actually hit the right button. There we go. Alright, cool. So this actually looks a lot like the Hellcat and a lot of the other vehicles that have SRT pages. What's neat here is you'll notice a couple things. It actually has not only track, sport, custom, auto, but it also has snow and tow. So it looks like the tow changes the transmission, of course, a little bit. Stability control, full, and all-wheel drive is split. Snow changes the snow to, or the transmission to whatever it thinks that best for the snow, and the suspension changed as well to street. Well, that just makes sense. Of course, auto, it's just going to put everything on street. Custom, you can do whatever you want. Sports, sport, and track is track. I actually didn't know that this had adjustable suspension on it from the factory. I don't know why I didn't even think about that, but it definitely does adjust. I was just driving down the road, and in track everything is a lot bumpier, and then of course in auto it's a lot smoother. That's really neat. It drives so good in auto mode, and then of course, you know, if you just want to go around some corners, track mode is neat. So let's check out the performance pages and see if you get the full suite. All the standard stuff, got G-force, timers, yep, all the same stuff there. Yep, the gauges. Of course, you're not going to have boost or anything like the Hellcat, but it's still pretty cool. G-force meter. In an SUV, guys. Same stuff there, and the dyno. This is just cool. Alright, so that looks like all the same stuff. Of course, there's a launch button. Probably won't work until 500 miles, just like all the other cars. but I'm sure that'll bring you to the standard launch control. Let me see if we can probably access it from here too. That's probably race options. Yeah, so you've got the same stuff here. Activate launch control and your shift light, just like in the other SRTs or Hellcats. So that's cool, but they actually gave you a button down here for it. The rest of it looks pretty standard. We still have all the plastic on it. Knobs are textured. This one's got the center console and the fold and tumble captain's chairs. This one has the Beats audio system in it as well, which might be standard. A little carbon fiber here. All in all, looks really well. I'm really digging the way that center stack looks. That cluster is really, really good looking. It's super smooth, super sleek, futuristic looking, and then you still have your analog gauges on the sides, which I really like. So, very cool looking gauge there. Well, let's get back to driving this thing. Just like not even a quarter of a throttle there. It's so smooth. I drive a 2014. Well, my wife drives a 2014 Citadel, and it has the Hemi in it, and it's a nice vehicle. But man, it's not as smooth as that. All right, so let's just give this a decent little takeoff here and see how getting out in front of traffic is. Oh, sure. Alright, so yeah, you can definitely do that. That's interesting. Alright, so this is just a cool vehicle. Pulling out and getting on the exhaust a little bit, I think it does what the RTs do, and I'm not a huge fan of the way that it sounds inside the car. I know it sounds good outside, but if you've ever driven a newer RT, the exhaust sounds weird. It's like it does a little bit of a gurgly, and it sounds okay on the inside, but it's not like I don't know, it's hard to describe. But anyway, on the outside, I know it sounds good because I've heard the RTs from the outside, and I've heard an SRT Durango somebody else owns around town, and it sounds great. So part throttle sounds great. When you get on it, I guess it's going to be personal preference. I'm sure a lot of people might do a mid muffler delete or change the exhaust a little bit, but once we get out on the highway, I'll give it a full throttle and see if it changes any. So stick around for that. Alright guys, here we go on the highway here, and we'll give her a go. I'm just at a loss for words. It's so awesome. Man, that's just cool to have an SUV that just... Obviously, this is an enthusiast SUV. You know, to have 485 horsepower and to have that exhaust note in something you're supposed to be driving your kids around in, I guess. Because if you really wanted a performance vehicle, you wouldn't buy an SUV. So it's just kind of neat, and it rides so good. I mean, it really does, even in auto mode. And this is all in auto mode, by the way. I can smell the new exhaust burning off from that pull. Oh, actually smells bad. Roll the windows down. But yeah, it did sound pretty good, and I'm gonna do like a just kind of straight line pull just to kind of see what it feels like from a dead stop. One guy that I know that owns one of these, he's like, you cannot get this thing to break loose. So I'm gonna try. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it in track mode just to see if it shifts any different. And I am gonna just, right from a stop, just like I'm at a stoplight, and just punch it. Oh. Oh man, that's fun. Oh, that's something you just don't get with the high horsepower SRTs all-wheel drive. Wow. Yeah, that's fun. Well, now I know why the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRTs are so sought after, and of course the Trackhawk would be, I mean, amazing. I can only imagine the Trackhawk. I hope one day I get to drive in one of those, because even this one is just, it's really cool to have, 500 all-wheel drive horsepower, just at the step of a pedal. I'm gonna do that again. Listen to it. Listen to the shift. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that. I swear this thing, the little blurp between the shifts, the little brap between the shifts on this truck is actually better than the Scat Pack. Now I know you can do that and fix that with like a mid-muffler delete, and then you start hearing it good. This damn thing from the factory, I mean, it gives a good little pop during the shifts on track mode. That's so awesome. I love that. It's like one of the best sounds in the world, I think. It's just that sound that you can get, that brap right when it shifts, it's just awesome. And this truck has it perfect from the factory. That was really cool. I hope that picks it up on audio. I'd love to be able to get some GoPro video and put it outside and hear what that sounds like. If it sits around the lot another few days, I'll bring my GoPro in and do that for you. But this is really fun, really cool vehicle. There was some traffic coming, so I pulled out and got on it, and I just had this guy go by me and straight up, like, mean mug, break his neck out the window, like, what in the frig was that? So this thing is in a whole nother just a whole other world. It's really neat. I'm glad I work for a company that puts out vehicles like this. And like I said, I know the Trackhawk is out there, and the Grand Cherokee SRT has been around for a while, but I've always liked the look of the Durango. I think it looks a little bit, has a little bit more muscle look to it. It's basically like the Charger, you know, had a baby with a minivan, you know. So for one thing, the thing is so smooth. I mean, I already drive a you know, Citadel, my wife, and it's such a smooth vehicle. This is every bit as smooth, but has the adjustable suspension too. So like if you want to get a little bit, you know, crazy, you can just have to flip up a button, do that. Also, just the shifts are super smooth. It's not jerky, even though it's shifting fast. It's not jerking you around. They did a really good job on all that. The tuning sounds great. The exhaust sounds so good on the outside from the factory. They did a really good job tuning it. Even for the 392 versus the Scat Packs, it's got a totally different tune to it. So I just forgot I had to pick up my baby. So I'm gonna go pick her up now, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully I'll get some GoPro video for you soon, and catch you later. Hey guys, hope you liked the video. If you have any questions on the SRT Durango, just leave a comment below. Be sure to subscribe. Check out my other videos on car buying and my 2018 Charger Hellcat. Be sure to like the video if you did, and see you next time.